that evening, including his father, were asked to take lie detector tests. And Meredith, the girl he was with, passed hers. Brian's father passed his. And Clint would not take a lie detector test. And still has not to this day. He did lawyer up. And they have not been able to get anything out of him. His lawyer thinks nothing happened. They found no forensic evidence. He had no reason to do anything to Brian. So some people, one of the theories is that he could have been a victim of the smiley face murder, which...
I've never heard of that.
Well, you've never heard of it because it's probably bullshit. There were, I guess, several people that were murdered and turned up on riverbanks and stuff in the area. And I don't know much about the smiley face murder, but I think that was just written off as a fairy tale trying to explain some murders that couldn't be explained.
Because that called smiley face.
At a couple of the scenes, there were smiley face. I guess graffiti.
Okay,
maybe. Somebody let me know if I'm wrong, but I think that's why it was called the smiley face murder. But anyway, it's heavily contested if the smiley face murder was even true. But like his father in his off time walked up and down the riverbanks. He went to a psychic that told him that Brian's body was in a river close to a bridge. So he searched basically every bridge. He spent all of his off time just waiting around the waters trying to find a body, but nothing was ever found. Let's see. Awkward silence.
Just sing. Just keep singing.
I'll just keep singing, yes. But Brian was also a huge fan of Pearl Jam, and when they came to do a concert in the area, they actually made a public plea for him to either come home if he had ran off, or if someone did murder him, please come forward and give us some information, because, everyone was missing him and no one could figure out what happened to him.
So what's the main theory of what happened?
One theory is that he just had such a hard time with his mother's death and was so stressed out that he just picked up and left. Now, I should probably say that he had told friends in the past that, while he was passionate about medicine and all that, his real dream was to live in a tropical place somewhere and do music like Jimmy Buffett. So he could have just up and ran away. Another theory, which is kind of gruesome, is that he somehow fell into the construction pit area and his body, I'm not sure if there were like concrete, if it could have fallen into concrete and buried that way, but I don't know that would be possible just because the dogs didn't pick anything up. And why would a person who was intoxicated try to do the maze of a construction area to go out of a service exit, especially when 5 minutes prior to the bar closing, he was outside the front door of the bar. Yeah. And another theory is that he may have been murdered by his friend, but if that were the case,
how did he get his body out?
Where's the body? There was no body. There's no evidence at all that he left the bar after he came to the bar.
So there's a giant vat of acid in the bar?
Yeah.
Just threw him in?
Yeah, there may be a giant vat of acid, and they just threw his body in there and it disintegrated. I mean, it's the wildest thing I've ever seen. I think Reddit thinks that he just disappeared. But
as in he just took off?
As in he just took off. But
did he take any money? Like what?
No.
So he didn't mess with his bank account?
Nothing.
Then how do you just take off with no money?
Exactly. How do you?
Can't go to a tropical island.
You don't. Unless you had a bunch of cash, but was he burying a bunch of cash around his house?
Sounds dangerous.
How does somebody just vanish? That's just so scary. And especially in 2006, with all of the security cameras and everything going on, nothing picked him up. But yeah, since then, his friend Clint has never really spoken about it. He basically says he doesn't know anything about it, and his girlfriend Alexis has moved on. She's now married with 2 kids. She became a doctor. And she does not think that he would have just gone away. She said that he would never have done that. So it's kind of a mystery. If anybody out there has any theories on what happened, let us know. Yeah, I'll upload some pictures of him, a picture of the security footage of him going up the escalator and just whatever. I'll upload that onto Facebook so you can see it. But yeah, look into it and tell us what your theories are, because it's pretty wild. I mean,
there's like no evidence.
No, a person goes into a bar, never comes out, never seen again. That's so freaky. Like, and tell me, please, if you'd like to hear more missing persons cases, because I'm so into that, but especially in a day like today where you can't do anything without being seen.
Yeah, it's hard to do anything without being tracked.
Yeah, you really can't. So, yeah, that's the story of Brian Shaffer. I hope he's on a tropical island. I hope he's reliving the plot of Cocktail. And he's Tom Cruise.
I've never seen that movie.
Really?
No.
Oh, it's so good. Basically, Tom Cruise does exactly what Brian said he would like to do. He goes off on a tropical island. He's a bartender. He lives the life. He hangs out with Laura Shue. Is that her name? No. Elizabeth Shue. They have some waterfall sex. All is good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a really good movie. And, it has that... Who is it? Who sings Brown Eyed Girl?
Van Morrison?
Is it Van Morrison? Because that's what I was thinking.
There may be other versions, but I thought Van Morrison.
Anyway, it has a great soundtrack. Cocktail. Watch it. And let's just try to pretend that's what Brian's doing.
Okay.
But if anybody knows of any updates or anything, please let us know. I'm sure we'd be fascinated to hear it. I know I would.
Yeah, for sure. Because I have no idea.
No. I mean, and I don't either. And I've researched
this
and researched and still have no idea. But I think that's the episode for the day. We'll see you again this Friday. And I think we're going to do something a little different. Maybe do some question and answers. We have gotten a few emails and messages with more information about the crow. Just some juicy tidbits. So we'll probably give that up. And, we will see you guys next episode, and we'll try to do better. We'll do better next episode.
Better next time.
Bye, guys.